What was your question?
You know what?
You said what? What's your question?
I don't have a question, Elaine.
You said if you met a man and who was a billionaire and he was interested in you, wouldn't my nipples get hard?
Yes.
Um, they probably would. However, you have to look at the type of billionaire. An Arab billionaire
You're just
would make my nipples turn south.
like you're stereotyping this man. I don't know why you're doing this.
Because Arab men are very, very controlling. You know how Arabs treat women. You know this.
I get it. But again, you don't go into a relationship thinking this way. You never do.
You a dummy if you don't.
But a lot of women have done it. We've all done it. We think things are going to be different when they're not. But you take the chance and no,
you know what you do when
assume, look, there is a cultural difference, yes, and that's what she was gonna have to get get over in the first place. But that's with anybody. That's with anybody. Anytime two cultures get together, there is, there's a learning process. There is a lot of, it's a lot of things going on. That's with anyone.
Okay. The part that you say, you get with someone, you think things going to be different, but they're not. That's when you're young, you're in your 20s, maybe in your 30s. Once you hit 40, you know better.
That doesn't stop women or people from still doing this. It really doesn't. Like my uncle, his wife passed away. He's 60-something years old. Very handsome dude. But he married his high school sweetheart like not even a year after his wife passed. Who has time to be looking around? They think it's going to work. They haven't known each other since children. You do it.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm just the only one who sees a tragic end with this situation.
Why are you thinking like that? I don't understand. They said it was amicable. I never read anything where, and it was her choice. She was the one who was dressing up like, the trash bags over her head and whatever. Why, if you had to change that much, she was willing to do that. Now we're going from sexy Janet grinding on stage with fans to her dressing up in garbage bags. That's something she chose to do.
Dressing up in garbage bags, Angie?
What do they call them? She's dressing up like a ninja. I don't know. Like she was willing to convert and change her life, and she thought that would work. And who knows how he treats her?
Okay, Angie, you know what? I think I have to find something for you. Because apparently you didn't see what I saw or read what I read.
You acting like you see Janet Jackson face. You remember Melania when Trump turned around and said something to her? You act like that's Janet. They broke up. She moved, went about her business. Now she's telling her fans, I'm back touring. Here's my concert dates. She seems fine. The father was in the park playing with his baby.
That's why you will all be shocked. Everybody will be shocked.
Stop being so negative.
And I'll be like,
I know nobody don't think they can kill Janet Jackson and get her. I don't care how much money you have. Now, you could kill Susie Jackson and no one would care, but you can't kill Janet Jackson.
Okay, listen. Once he, came out that they separated, right? He changed his website and he put this. Now, listen. To the most beautiful person in the world, thank you for your divine love. Stop it. Let me start again. To the most beautiful person in the world, thank you for your divine love, your eternal support, and for being my best friend. I love you so much. Inshallah, we will be together in the great forever. And then he put a picture of her, a black and white picture. Angie, she looks like she's lying alive in a crime scene. Who puts that? Inshallah, we will be together in the great forever. Don't you say stuff like that when somebody's dead?
But you can misinterpret. You really could.
Yeah, I could.
Maybe he is saying when they are both dead, you know, they'll be together because their love is that strong. Or maybe he feels like he's going to win her back and they'll be together. But you're just thinking on the negative just too fast. It's too... You're thinking that he's Arab and you're thinking someone's about to get killed. And I don't know.
Okay. Maybe it's just me. I'm not beyond that, you know. It could just be me. I just thought this message was very eerie. It made me feel some kind of way. And when I saw the picture that there are millions of pictures of Janet Jackson in this world. Why did he pick this particular one where she looks like she's watching something?
Where's the picture?
Let me see if I can find it. Let's just have a seat. I'll call you over when I get to it. Google. See if I can find this daggone picture. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. The first thing he put was, listen to this. It's a passage from the Quran. You shall most certainly be tried in your possessions and in your persons. And indeed, you shall hear many hurtful things from those to whom revelation was granted before your time, as well as from those who have come to ascribe divinity to other beings beside Allah. But if you remain patient in adversity and conscious of him, this, behold, is something to see, something to set one's heart upon. What does that mean? You want me to translate that for you?
Yes, let me hear your interpretation of that.
You shall most certainly be tried in your possessions and in your persons. This bitch scammed me for my money. And indeed, you shall hear many hurtful things from those to whom revelation was granted before your time. This was planned. This was a demon that was sent to me. And now she's leaving. And now she's saying I'm controlling and all this other stuff. As well as from those who have come to ascribe divinity to other beings beside Allah. That sounds to me like he was saying Janet is demon sent. But if you remain patient, just be patient in this adversity, it will pass. Remain conscious of Allah and set my heart upon Allah while I battle this demon. That's what I hear.
Okay, but it's such a contradiction. Like in the beginning, you're saying she's the devil, but if we wait a little while, it's going to be all good.
No, it means no, not if we wait a little while. If you
patient.
If you remain patient, meaning trusting in Allah. You got to trust in Allah while this demon is running rampant through your life right now.
Who knows what he's talking about? Honestly.
It's all up to interpretation.
That's what I just said. This man is probably hurt. he
probably, of course he is.
Dissolve his marriage, and who knows what he's speaking out of anger or sorrow, or who knows what this man is talking about.
You know those Arabs don't mind.
Will you stop doing that?
You know they don't mind committing suicide and taking you along with them, because they know if they kill in the name of Allah, when they get to heaven, they'll have 72 virgins. But he think he hit the jackpot. Fuck 72 virgins. He gonna have Janet Jackson in the great forever.
Look, I can't stereotype no one like that. I don't know if this man is capable of doing this.
You're in denial.
I'm really not.
Okay.
I just don't put people in a whole bunch in a group and then start judging. I don't.
When tragedy strikes,
you act like
I am not gonna say I told you so.
A murderer. That can't be true.
Not everyone.
That can't be true.
Of course it can't be true.
It can't be true.
You're right.
But
absolutely.
That's what you're saying right now. That he has it in him. But, you know, these people, every last one of them are not like this. It can't be. It can't be.
I didn't say it was. I'm talking about
you're assuming that he is, and where are you getting this information from?
I just get a bad intuitive
so we
gut
have
feeling.
To go off your mojo or what you're thinking right now. And mind you, I know you've been drinking something in the kitchen, so I don't really. I came over and you was having you a little sip, so I don't know what you're thinking, but you can't just come out and say that you assume that this man has it in him to kill Janet Jackson and lop off her head.
You are not taking in consideration that they have a male child together.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? It's not just okay.
Like this, Elena, all of us.
It is their culture, a surprise possession to have a male child. This is his first child. Right. It is a man. You do understand the culture.
I understand.
Right?
That. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying we read all these horrendous atrocities that, you know, in this culture people have done. You've seen it, but you can't believe that everyone is like this.
I don't think everyone is like this. Why do you
think that he's like this?
I don't. It's the totality of what I've seen, what he's written, and that picture he picked of Janet.
I don't think there's anything to that. Like I said, as far as I know, she left. He let her. She called up her mama, and they went to London. And I seen him in the park playing with his baby by himself. So apparently they're sharing his baby. And
girl, come here and look at this picture.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna read it again. Then I'm gonna show you the picture. I'll translate this to you also. To the most beautiful person in the world, thank you for your divine love. What do you mean? Isn't that sarcastic to you? She separated from you. What do you mean, thank you for your divine love?
This just sounds like a man who does not want to divorce his wife. You're saying these things.
Your eternal support and for being my best friend.
Yes.
This is not eternal support if you're breaking up the marriage.
What? He's not breaking up the marriage.
She is, exactly. That's what I'm telling you. This is what he's saying.
You've never seen where people separate and they still, you know.
This is not congruent to what's happening. I love you so much, inshallah. We will be together in the great forever. And then he puts that damn picture there.
That's beautiful. What you talking about?
She doesn't actually, I'm trying to be nice and say she looks alive in a crime scene. She looks dead with her eyes open in a crime scene. That's what it looks like to me.
You're not going to take a picture with your eyes closed?
Are you blinded or something?
No, Elaine, you are just so jaded by life. My God. That is a beautiful picture.
You know what, Angie?
What?
Okay. I'll let you have that.
That picture it's beautiful. She looks beautiful.
It looks creepy in this.
Because you've already got the mindset that the man is going to lop her head off.
Yes.
Well, that's why that picture looks that way to you.
Okay. All right. It all could just be me and me only. I'm willing to accept that.
You're being prejudiced. You're prejudging.
Okay.
You think because this man's culture.
It's a possibility.
Now, I won't even tell you that I don't think he's probably a little controlling as far as, her being American and him being whatever he is. There is a cultural difference, and it's real. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, she was running around here in a ninja outfit. That's the same bitch that popped out a titty at the Super Bowl. There is a huge difference. But again, she was in a relationship that she was trying to make it work, and she was willing to compromise, because that doesn't look like the Janet we know. Janet we know got on spandex clothes and rubbing her body up and down some stranger in a chair at the amphitheater or something like that. But she married this man, decided she would change for him, and that happens a lot in a marriage. And it's probably not what she thought. But here's the thing. People never know what they're getting themselves into until they get into it. You don't know that you can't live this lifestyle until you start living this lifestyle. That's simple and plain. So I'm not going to chalk this man up as a killer. I haven't seen anything for me to do that. I've seen him playing with his baby. I've seen him say nice things like he wants her back. She doesn't look afraid. She didn't look like she was running from anything. Like, I need security. This didn't work out. She probably can't live that lifestyle. What American woman could? I mean, I don't know. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say he's just a stereotypical. But then again, how do we know what an Arab person is? We only see that bad stuff.
I'm speaking from experience.
You've been with an Arab?
Yes, I dated an Arab. Well, I had a date with an Arab.
And it's funny, your head is still attached to your body.
Well, this was back when I was 21 years old, and there was no such thing as 9/11 or terrorism at that time.
There's always been.
But, well, not on American soil like that, not by Arabs, not in 1988. You didn't hear nothing like that. But what alerted me, which I knew this man was too controlling, or this young man, was that he kept saying, like, we were having a conversation, and I could say something like, yeah, I was walking through the subway, and this man just stepped on my foot, and he would say, I will kill a man if he should step on my foot. He kept saying stuff like that. I will kill. I will kill.
But did he?
Scared the shit out of me.
But did he kill anybody?
Who talks like this every 2 minutes, every situation? Oh, I will kill. Even when you laughing.
Elena, I've been with a man who has told me things worse than that on a regular basis.
And that did not scare the shit out of you?
No, I was too ignorant to be scared, but he's never killed anybody.
So
that's just words.
Okay.
And then you don't say, just these Arab men are controlling or what. Oh, police.
You need to pay attention to what people say.
No, you need to stop turning words into what you want to hear and let the outcome be the outcome. You need to ride this thing out with Janet. You need to assure yourself that her head and her body is going to stay attached, and hopefully her son can grow up to be a nice young man, and they can get past what. If you break up, please try to raise this child together. And if you get back together, which I can't see her doing this.
I have no doubt that baby will grow up to be a very handsome and productive and successful young man. I'm not concerned about that baby. All right. He's going to be all right. I just don't believe that Janet is going to get out of this marriage with her head attached to her body.
But go ahead.
I'm just saying, I just don't have confidence that she will leave this situation with her head attached to her body.
But again, I feel like there's a lot of things that's going on. Now, I feel maybe he doesn't want her to, he maybe not want her to perform. You know, he may want her to just be his wife or whatever. And it's hard leaving that spotlight, I can imagine, for, you know, a celebrity not being able to do what they usually do. Whatever. I just think it was a culture clash that they just didn't realize would be. And they were saying the problems start coming up when the baby came. Everybody wants to raise their baby in a certain way. And when two people are not on the same page, that's always going to be a problem. Always going to be a problem. So that's when the real differences start to kick in. Not this small stuff, whether she should travel the world or whether she should do this. It's how you want your baby to be raised and how to form him into what you want him to be or become, so you can be happy and proud of your child. When you're not on the same page with that, that's always going to be a huge problem. Huge. Now, the difference between the way, you know, an Arab or whatever you call, I don't even know if that's politically correct, but I don't know.
You know how they call Arabs in Brooklyn.
I don't know if that's right or wrong.
It's not. We just call them Arabs.
I don't want to be politically incorrect, but I'm ignorant. I don't know what else to call them. I'm from Queens. Anyway, the difference between us raising children and them raising children, that's night and day. That has to be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you can't get on the same page with that, yeah, you're not going to be together. No, you're not going to be together.
Okay, so we will agree to disagree, and just know my assessment of this situation will be proven correct. You will be in shock one day when you see a ticker tape going across CNN News. That's all I'm going to say. Let's get on Aaron Hernandez, girl. I haven't talked to you in such a long time. What do you think about Aaron Hernandez?
I don't think anything of him. I don't know if the man killed himself because he found out he was gay. I don't know. Tell me what you're thinking about this.
I was shocked. Not because he was bisexual or gay. I was just shocked because he was bisexual or gay, if you know what I mean. Like, it was just shocking how the information came out. Because it was like, okay, so he found out, he committed suicide. And then the next day you hear that he left 3 suicide letters. One to his daughter, one to the daughter's mother, and the 3rd letter to his gay boyfriend in jail. Then you find out that he had been in a homosexual relationship with another guy he's known since high school. And right before he was arrested to go to jail for that murder of Odin, whatever his name is, Odin Lloyd, he moved some money into some accounts. He made an account for his daughter, account for her mother, but the bulk of the money that he moved went to his gay boyfriend from high school.
Well, the heart wants what the heart wants.
That's all you gotta say. The heart wants what the heart wants.
I can't understand. I don't know what was the reason for the suicide. Like, had everything just been too much? Because didn't they acquit him and he was about to? Okay, tell me.
Okay. He was originally in jail for murder of his baby mother's sister's boyfriend. Okay. And all through that trial, they kept saying the motive was that the guy he murdered, Odin, had information and knowledge that Hernandez had murdered 2 other people.
Okay.
Like a year before, some months before, and that's why it was said that was his motive for killing Odin. Mm-hmm. So he got convicted for life for murdering Odin. Mm-hmm. He was charged for the double murder of the other 2 guys, went through trial, and got acquitted. And what makes me skeptical is that now he was acquitted, and since his suicide, they're saying they changed the motive of him murdering Odin. It went from he murdered him to shut him up about the double murder, but he was acquitted of that now. And now, since he committed suicide, they're saying he murdered him because Odin knew he was bisexual, and he didn't want Odin telling his girlfriend, which is the sister of Aaron's girlfriend.
This is what I'm saying. Do you feel like he killed himself because the big secret was out and he just didn't want to deal with it? Because I don't understand the timing and how this information came out. What is his reason for killing himself?
Okay, I would think he was going, well, he definitely was going to appeal the life sentence conviction of Odin. And I think the fact that he got acquitted, if that was the motive throughout the whole trial that got him convicted, I would think he would be able to be acquitted quite easily. If you're saying, well, you're saying he killed Odin because he didn't want Odin ratting on him about these two guys, but y'all took him through trial. He got acquitted. He did not kill those two guys. Right. So why are you going to keep him for life? I just think his mindset, and I don't know him, but what makes sense to me is that an appeal on the case is going to take years. It could even be 10 years. That's 10 years of paying lawyers. He would be broke even if he was found innocent and gained his freedom. In 10 years, he'll be 37. Who are you going to play football for at that age? What is his life going to be like? And he'll be broke, blown through his whatever little money he had left. So I just think with him writing John 3:16 on his forehead, which is the scripture, for God so loved the world, blah, 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 he gave his own, that he was sacrificing himself to make sure that his daughter, his loved ones are taken care of financially. And he died an innocent man because of some strange law in the state of Massachusetts. So I think he sacrificed himself. I think it was a lose-lose situation in his mind.
I feel the same. I think just going through all this for so long, and the burden just got too much, and he just gave up. Done.
Yeah.
That's what I think too. But as far as this gay stuff, it ain't like he didn't want it to come out because he left the man. Do we know what these letters said? No,
I'm dying to know. So interesting.
But if we don't know what it says, why are we assuming that it was his gay lover? Who's saying that
the media? Mm-hmm.
Now you know what Trump calls it. The fake
news. Oh Lord, do we have to talk about that man?
No. Oh God, he gives me fit. But like I said, y'all can say what y'all want about Trump. He didn't trick you. He never pretended to be anything else but Trump. So deal with it. But yeah, I want to know what the letters contain and why is this person being called his lover? Why? Come out
okay, so all right, but we're talking about two different lovers. We're talking about the one he left the bulk of his money to, the high school lover. The suicide note was left to his gay lover in prison, who was placed on 24/7 suicide watch.
Who was?
The gay lover once Aaron committed suicide.
Okay.
He was distraught.
Did he?
He lost his man.
But did he say that this was his man?
It's, here bits trickled out in the
But no, I've
articles.
never heard anyone confirm this. And then his lawyer was saying all of this was a lie. He was like, that letter was not for no gay person. That's what his lawyer said. So this is what I'm saying. I haven't heard anyone confirm this or deny. I haven't heard anything about this. But his lawyer was just like, where are you guys getting this from?
Well, the high school gay boyfriend testified in the first trial. He also testified in the grand jury, and all of that gay stuff came out in the grand jury, which is sealed.
So he said that they were
in the grand jury, but once he got to trial, he was referred to Aaron's assistant, but he did testify how they went on a 7-day vacation together. What two dudes you know go on a 7-day vacation together?
I mean, I've seen dudes go fishing together.
Yeah, fishing, bowling, but a 7-day vacation to someplace like Hawaii just to.
But
Angie, you're in denial.
I'm not. I just want people to stop assuming and stop, just saying things when you don't have any proof. Ooh. I don't know if he was gay. I skip over this case because it doesn't mean anything to me. But I'm totally not seeing anyone who's saying, this was my boyfriend and we was hooking up all while we were in jail. I didn't hear anyone say it. And again, the lawyer came out and was like, you guys need to stop doing this because it's not true. I'm only playing devil's advocate. I don't see any proof of it, and I want somebody to come out and say it.
Okay, well, I'm just going by what I read in, online from reputable news sources.
Yeah, but you know what Trump said?
That is,
Trump said CNN, fake news. What is it? The New York Times, fake news.
You gonna believe that man?
No, it's just really funny. Fake news. All these reputable journalistic, the New York Times. When did you know them to start lying? But it's all fake news.
I can't stand that idiot.
I mean, who can? He's so entertaining. It's like we have our own clown.
In the White House, right?
Yes.
That's taking us to war.
That's the sad part. Like, I hope this man does not, start anything where these children are being led off to war and getting murdered and over his foolishness. That's like the worst fear. Over your ego, your ignorance, and your foolishness. While your children will be home safe, collecting checks they don't deserve.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Because my sister was in the military for many years, and this is what she said to me with a straight face. She said, Angie, when war break out, they send the reserves first. These are the scapegoats. They're sent somewhere to be murdered so they can figure out some tactical plan, and then they send the real troops in.
What?
Most people in the reserves only do it to get money to go to college.
Right.
You're not going to be an expert at combat by going away to sleepaway camp once a month.
Right.
You're not a real soldier. Those are the people that are deployed first. With a straight face, she told me this.
Let me repeat that. Your sister was in the service and she told you that when we go to war, the first people to be deployed are the people, the reserves, because they're used as scapegoats, right, to send in there. So, they're just sacrificed. They get killed, so that gives them better intelligence, right, on where to send the real troops.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah. That is correct.
That's jacked up.
It is. That's war. When she told, and she was, when people go to the military, there is a level of brainwashing depending on the person. It's easy to tell an 18-year-old anything. And when you ended in hoorah, they're all on board. It's easy to manipulate these young people. My sister was talking to me like this was a good idea. Like this was fun. Hey, it's what we do.
It is pretty clever, but we're talking about human fucking lives here.
No, but you don't think along those terms. You don't. You just are brainwashed and believing this is something that needs to be done
for your country.
But this is the thing, it's not fair because again, these people are not trained. They go do a weekend once a month. I don't even know what they do, but they're definitely not soldiers. You can't be a soldier part-time or 1/3 of the time and be, capable of pulling this off. They are sent over there for absolutely nothing else but to die.
Wow.
Yeah. That's war. And I'm like, what do you think? She's like, yeah, well, it is what it is. Like, what? Are you insane? It's like you're a monster. Like, no, it's how it goes.
Wow. Well, something is definitely happening. Because when I'm on my way to work, I got to go over some train tracks, right? And 2 Thursdays in a row, I got stuck at the train tracks because this train was moving about 50 to 75 Army tanks. It happened this past Thursday and the Thursday before, about the same time in the morning.
75?
Between 50, I lost count, between 50 and 75 Army tanks. 2 Thursdays in a row. I can't wait till tomorrow and see if the same thing's going to happen.
Wow, that is something. And it's all covert. Like, they're never going to let you know what's really happening. But that sounds, bizarre.
I've never seen nothing like that. I've never seen Army tanks on any train as long as I've been down here, as long as I sat at that light when I got caught by the train. Never seen it. 2 Thursdays in a row.
The way Trump, his tact and diplomacy is, that man is going to lead us into a war. And you don't mess with people who have like these, what do you call them, chemicals?
Nuclear weapons.
You don't bother these. Now, all the time, Obama was just like, look, let's just chill. Let's just make a pact that we're not going to do anything. And everything was fine. But then you get this man who taunts everyone.
And nobody respects him in terms of world leaders.
You're taunting, you're talking about people's wives. You just have no edit button whatsoever. And these people are willing to attack us just simply because they don't like this man. But this man is not the one who's going off to war.
Mm-hmm.
This man is not the one that's going to lose his life.
And neither are his children.
Right. These are your children.
Not unless they bombed the White House with his kids in there.
They had where ISIS was saying something they were trying to, they were trying to interpret what they were saying in their language, and they were just like, something along the terms like, the United States is stupid. They have this, they were calling him a dumb idiot, or you have this dumb idiot running your country, like we have no respect for you. This was ISIS. I said, wow. Well, that's how they look at us now.
Girl, I just don't know.
We're living in some very scary times.
It is. It's nerve-wracking.
Very scary.
And I think up north, the whole northeastern section of the United States, they're going to get hit, and they're going to get hit very hard, where masses of people are going to have to relocate down here south, even to the west. I think the Northeast is going to be unlivable for many years to come.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel this impending doom.
Elena, what it must be like to be living in your world, in your brain. You just don't have no answers. You just have these feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I just, this country is in a lot of trouble. And like, the only thing that suited me the day this man became president was I threw my hands up in the air and just said, give the people what they want. Again, by the time Trump is done, these white people are going to be willing to make Flavor Flav the president. Just anything and anybody. Please. We've made a huge mistake. I know, and they're feeling it right now. They're feeling it right now.
Not all white people, just
not all of them, but a lot of them are regret. All those all those people who voted for them and now can't even come back into this country. You must feel like a fool.
Wow.
Oh, that healthcare bill, there was a man up there, he said, I make over 100, I'm a politician, I make 100 and something $1,000 a year. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I can't afford this. Regretful. There was an old lady he's cutting out. He want to cut out Meals on Wheels. I was like, yo, those people have to eat. He does not care. Now they coming to Meals on Wheels, people who voted for him like, but I voted for him. Like, you voted for him, you gonna be a hungry ass. You feel hungry right now? They are regretting that. There's a lot of people because it's starting to affect them in a very personal way. And like the rapper Talib Kweli, he was like the only reason that Trump is president, it was for paybacks for putting that black man in office. Mm-hmm. They didn't care what the politics was. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get you back. But this is coming back to bite you on the ass because now he's doing things. He doesn't know how to be a president. And another thing that I'm against, you should never put somebody in office that has always been wealthy all of their lives. They don't know what the average person goes through. So when they're pushing these bills and stuff like that, none of this is pertaining to them and their lives. They don't understand your plight. Yep. You have to get the average Joe who knows something about, like Bloomberg in New York. He got in office and cut all the after school funding with these kids had no place to go. Whereas his child, she was what do you call those people go to the Olympics with the horses? Yeah, this was her hobby. Do you know how much it costs to have this hobby? Wow. Where all our kids could ever grow up to be is chain snatchers. There's nothing else for them to do because you cut all this funding. Because you don't understand that kids need some place to be. You are rich. Your children are rich, and they'll be fine, and that's all you care about. As a rich person, this money is being spent on dumb shit. You know what I mean? What do they need after school for? What? Because you don't know. So Trump has been, his father was wealthy. Trump has been handed down, his wealth. So he doesn't understand the plight of, the average Joe. He really doesn't. No. He does not. So all this stuff that you think he's worried about his health care? No. He is a millionaire over it. He has money to go to the doctor. So he doesn't give a shit. My husband just had to go to the emergency room, and then he goes in there, he's in a lot of pain, and the first thing, the lady come with her cart with cash thing on it, and she's like, this visit is $225, and I'm like, what? Yeah, your emergency room. Now, I have top of the line insurance. I'm already paying a lot of money for insurance. But like they were saying, what's the sense in having the insurance if you can't afford to use it? You know, what if I was like, look, I don't have 200, what are they gonna do? And out of his check is a big lump of money coming out for this insurance. Now that I have this insurance, I still have to keep going everywhere and pay. My co-payments is $45 if I want to go see a specialist. That's a lot of money to see my doctor for insurance that I'm already overpaying for. Now, if I was a rich person, I'm like, here, I wipe my ass with $50. Take your co-payment. But for a working class person, that's a lot of money. Ridiculous. You shouldn't die in this wealthy country because you don't have insurance. You should not die on the side of a road because of that. And a lot of countries, they don't do that. They make sure people are taken care of. And that's what's sad about
like Canada.
Place. Yeah. That's what's sad about this place.
And that's what Obama did. He did some research in Canada and their healthcare system, and that, you know, motivated him and inspired him to try to overhaul the Medicare system, the medical system.
But you know, with Obama, you can't please everyone. That's just first and foremost. But you know,
but I see a lot more people appreciate Obamacare now.
Exactly. They appreciate it when they got it because they didn't realize. But the thing about him, when you could say that it didn't work for some people and some people was against it, but you knew it came from a good place. He was trying to help everyone.
Yeah.
Which you can. Now, this other stuff, you don't know what's going in, but you know it doesn't come from a good place. You know this man promised you a bunch of lies, and now he's trying to fulfill it, and he can't. You can't go into office and shitting on all the Democrats. You need their vote too. So you can't be like, fuck them and kiss my ass. What? Now you want to push this bill. You can't do it with just the Republicans. And even the Republicans was looking at you saying, you know, some of this stuff is not right. And he got angry because he's used to running a business where he got all these kiss asses and yes men around him. When he got into office and started throwing these bills around, these political people who's been in politics read this bill and was like, this is not going to work for everyone. Now he gets angry with them because you're supposed to be my friend and on my team. This is not Trump Towers. This is the presidency. So all the time you telling the Democrats to kiss your ass or what, you can't push no bills without them. So you're a stupid fool. You didn't know this. He didn't realize that he needed to have some tact and diplomacy to get a lot of this work done. But he does. So none of his shit is passing because he just doesn't realize you have to play nice on the playground or you're not going to get anything done. This is not Trump world. It is not. And you thought because you was the president, you could do what you want to do. But the president is the first person who has to answer to all these people. You can't do what the fuck you want to do. You work for me. You work for this country and the people in this country. You thought you was going to go there and it was going to be like your business. I'm head boss and I'm whatever I say go and what. That's not how
he really thought that. Yes. Even 10-year-olds know that.
This is how he thought it was going to go. And that's the other mistake. You should not put somebody in the White House who doesn't have any political experience. You shouldn't do that. He needs to know how these laws work, what you should be doing. You cannot run the United States like your business. Now, mind you, Trump's been in bankruptcy 1,000 times, so you couldn't even run your business right. This was a mistake that everybody's paying for. But right now, I feel like y'all need to either impeach him or just deal with it. Stop rioting and tearing up the shit. That's not helping. Stop protesting. It's done. Now y'all either impeach him, find some way to get him out of here, or you're going to have to work around him for the next 4 years, and then we make sure we get him out of here. The problem with this election was they didn't give us any good options. Hillary, I don't care what she did. Hillary could have cured cancer. She was not going to be your next president. This country is not ready for a female president. That's just simple and plain. Especially in the South or what. This was never going to work. She could have spun gold out of pieces of shit out her ass. She was not going to be president. No matter what she did, the female was never going to be anything but whatever they wanted her to be, but it was never going to be president. So the only option you really had,
she was so much more qualified. She was Secretary of State. She knows how to relate with foreign governments.
And they started leaking her email. They was doing, but you know, Russia had something to do with this.
Yeah, and they put a preschooler in the office of President of the United States before they put Hillary Clinton in. Isn't that crazy?
My old boss's wife called him the big orange baby. That's all she called him. But yeah, you didn't have anybody to vote for. It was either her, which that nobody was gonna let this happen. No, I don't think, especially in Southern state, they don't want no country ran by no female. That wasn't gonna work. So it didn't matter what she did. That was just not gonna happen. And then your other choice was this guy. So you just felt, you just was looking around like, we're fucked. We don't have any options. We have nobody to vote for. But I never thought, when he started running, I thought it was a joke. And then when he won, I knew your vote didn't count. It doesn't matter. I don't believe in the process. So I know when Jeb Bush lost his votes, when the other Bush was trying to be president, your vote doesn't count. It's either who has the most money, who has the most pull. That's what matters, not your vote, because they'll lose votes. How the fuck you lost my vote?
All types of stuff gets lost and
like
jacked
I said, all of a sudden her emails is being hacked and that never happened. But she was running for the presidency, and they was not about to have that shit. They were not about to have this female run this country. Nobody's gonna be Madam President. Not in this time. It's not gonna happen. So all you had was.
I wonder why. Why?
People are still. But what kills me? People are still like, women are not, qualified to do this. But what kills me, if you do your history, most places were run by female, all the queens and stuff. So why is it so far-fetched right now? Like, she's a girl. Like, what?
I remember, who was it? Was it 84? Geraldine Ferraro? Remember she was running for presidency? And I remember the Ivan. He owned the store next door to my mother's house. And I remember him distinctly. This is in 84. He said, I don't think we should ever have a woman president. And I was like, why? He said, because, they're too emotional and they'll get involved with, a Russian president or, somebody from another country and be fucking them and giving them all the American secrets. And I'm like, really?
Now, if anybody accused of fucking and having a downfall of countries and empires, it's men. It is men. It's always been men. That sounds stupid.
That's exactly what that man said to me. I think, how old was I then? Like 16?
But they believe that, like, a woman can't do the job as well as a man. Some people believe that. I don't know what would be the difference. I really don't, because when Trump seen those babies over there, where was Syria or whatever, just dead kids they were throwing them. I don't believe it did anything to him. They said it took his daughter to come home and be like, if you don't do anything, you're going to look like, a monster. And that's when he threw some bombs over there for whatever reason. But I don't know. Maybe a female would, but that doesn't make her wrong. That she has emotions toward. Why is that bad?
I don't know. That's what that man said to me. I never
There's just
that.
A lot of chauvinistic men still living in this world, and that's not going to. But again, if you read through your history, most empires, they were all ran by females. You had your Cleopatras, you have all these czars and the czarinas, you had a lot of queens. So I don't know. You got the Queen of England over there doing her thing. So I don't know why this country just feels like that's absurd for you to have a woman running things and being head of a country. Well, they can't even wrap their mind around it. And it's so stupid. Now we have our own clown.
I don't know. I just don't see anything good coming out of this situation at all. I have no type of confidence level. And it is what it is. I'm just going to keep living my life as if I'm in a Trumpless world.
I am going to keep my fingers crossed and hope nothing that Trump does will affect us. And,
you're in denial.
No, I'm hoping.
You can't be a stupid, petulant child in the white.
No, I'm not in denial. Like I said, I'm hoping, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that something is going to happen. Like, we really need to impeach this. We really do. You made a mistake. Now let's fix it.
Okay.
You got this man taunting retarded people and people with handicaps and black people, and I mean, he just don't give a shit. And he's a narcissist. If you think he cares about your child going off the war and being killed, you are 110% wrong.
Well, I hear you.